Dear test patients, my name is Tim Hox and today I'm going to explain how to create a groove in your track. So without further ado,
Tim Hox.
Hi test patients, today I'm going to explain that groove, how to get that groove in your track. So let me explain it.
Tim Hox.
I'm not going into how I did the mixdown because I think that's another thing. I can explain it in another video. Today it's just all about how to create a groove in your track. And the most important tip I could give you guys is that a sample need to have a purpose into it. A sample need to have something. So I will put out every sample right now that's in it that is adding something. I will make sure that the main beat, so the hi-hat and the clap and the kick are just there, and I will put out every FX, everything that just adds a little bit more to it. So it sounds like this. It's really cool. It's just a basic template, just a kick, hi-hat and clap. To make sure that the groove, that there comes in a groove, I added this percussion. The thing is, I really liked it, but it didn't have the sort of distortion I wanted. So I added a main synth to it, like that it sounds like this. I added just 2 serums. I can look at this. It's just a preset, and this is also a preset. This one sounds like this. The other one sounds like this. And combined, it sounds like that. But if you add it to the percussion that I already had, it just gives it a little bit more to it. And notice that it's not on the beat. Notice that it's not in the grid, because if you want to create a sort of groove, you need to have a sort of swing, and then it's nice that things aren't really on the grid. It just adds that sort of, that it's a little bit offbeat, but still creates that groove. So we have this right now. And that's really cool. I think that sounds cool. But if you notice, it's still lagging something. So what is it lagging? It lacks that energy and it sounds really empty. And how did I create something that is really sounds simple, but still still creates a sort of vibe into it? So I added these percussions. This one is really important because it keeps the flow going. And this one is also important, because without these, it sounds just, there sounds that something is lagging, and that's why I just added these, just for the purpose of making the energy going. So what happens after that? You still have this, the beat is complete right now. Like, I didn't add any percussion to it anymore because I didn't feel the need to overdo it, because if you overdo that kind of stuff, you end up with a messy mixdown or a messy track. If people start to notice the messiness, then they cannot dance to it. And it needs to sound simple, I think. That's the most important thing. And so I added something human to it, like a breath. If you can hear it with, this is without, and this is with. And you can notice, okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. It's still minimalistic, but it's getting there. The thing is, the bass line was already good, but I thought we need some bass shots and we need some more synths just to add a little bit more to it. And notice how I say little bit more to it, because it needs to sound simplistic, and every sample needs to have its purpose. Because if you add something and you cannot explain yourself why you add it, just don't add it. Because maybe it will sound messy, maybe it will get a little bit too much, and I think this kind of house, this Hox house, if you just add the things and it sounds simple, then it's good. Then if it sounds full but it still sounds simple, that's the most important thing. So I added these bass shots. And notice these, because these are really important, because without these it sounds just like that something is missing. You can notice it at the second part of the drop, of course. So yeah, but there's still one thing that it needs, and that's a white noise, just to make a sort of impact to it. So yeah, it sounds like this. The full product sounds like this. And without the white noise, it sounds like this. It just misses that white noise. I think the impact is really important, because of it's so minimalistic, it needs a sort of impact, and the white noise creates that. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys learned a lot more about how to create a sort of groove in your track. If you liked it, just like the video. Make sure to subscribe for weekly tutorials, weekly videos, and make sure to click on the bell, the notification bell, because then you get updated every week. Yeah, I think that's it. I will stop talking now, and we will see you next week.